To determine if a girl is right for you, there's really just one thing to look at: how she behaves during arguments. When things are calm, she might be gentle, caring, and understanding. But once conflicts arise and emotions run high, whether she communicates rationally or emotionally breaks down truly reveals her inner self. Those who are pleasant normally but flip during arguments aren't changing. They're just revealing what they've been hiding all along. In psychology, this is called a defense mechanism. Everyone has their own way of handling conflict, and her approach is the protective shell formed from her life experiences. Where does this shell come from? The answer: childhood and emotional trauma. So to truly understand a girl, don't focus on how gentle she is around you, but observe whether she walks away or stays to communicate when she's angry, hurt, or disappointed. If she has a typical avoidant personality, when you argue, she won't fight back aggressively or debate who's right or wrong. She'll suddenly become distant or even disappear. She won't respond to anything you say, seemingly cutting contact and excluding you from her world. This isn't coldness, it's protection. Her brain activates self-isolation mode. If I don't respond, I can't get hurt. She closes the door, hides her emotions, and builds her psychological sanctuary. In her mind, arguing means getting hurt, responding means exposure, and exposure means being hurt again. This reaction almost always stems from deep past wounds. Perhaps experiences of being ignored or belittled in her family taught her that staying quiet and avoiding conflict meant safety. So the more you question, the more silent she becomes. The more you try to explain, the more she retreats. What's happening between you isn't communication, it's emotional coldness. You might think she's heartless, but actually, she's just so afraid of being hurt that she doesn't let anyone get close. At the other extreme is the girl with an anxious personality. During arguments, her emotions often explode. Her words become harsh and her attitude extreme. You might think she wants to end the relationship, but she's actually hoping you'll stay. She's not trying to hurt you, but is awkwardly crying out, "Do you see me? I'm really upset." Having experienced a lack of love, every argument becomes a demand for affection. She hides fear behind anger and hurt behind blame because she doesn't know how to properly express, "I need you." She wants to get closer but keeps pushing you away. She needs your comfort but won't tell you, "I'm afraid you'll leave." If you can see through this, you'll understand that behind her emotions is a desire for connection. But if you're an avoidant person, the more she argues, the more you want to escape. The more she expresses herself, the colder you become. As a result, the more anxious she gets, the calmer you become. The closer she tries to get, the further you want to be. Eventually, you're like two trains heading in opposite directions, constantly missing each other, constantly pulling apart. So you see, arguments test emotions and also provide a lens into the relationship. Her reactions during arguments conceal her past and her needs. Some couples argue and understand each other better. Others argue and get lost in each other's defense mechanisms. What matters isn't whether you argue, but whether you're willing to understand the vulnerability and longing behind her defenses. Don't fear arguments, fear eternal silence. Don't fear her intense emotions, fear not seeing what's in her heart. The truly dangerous relationship isn't the one with fierce arguments, but the seemingly peaceful one where connection has already been lost. If this reminds you of someone, then perhaps you already know where the problem began and how to fix it.